Welcome to your Buckeye Talk Bet of the Week. Nathan, Steven, Doug, we are each going to be picking each week a prop bet for the Ohio State game that we like. And this is replacing the old beloved outrageous predictions because we're going to get outrageous here. But we're also going to tell you, hey, I think you might want to put a little couple pennies on this one. We have prop bets that we get to choose from. We got them from Caesars. And we're going to go through every week. We're going to explain it, why we like it. So, Steven, we'll start with you. First of all, what is the bet that you are choosing to pick?
Yeah, the bet I'm choosing is the over and under CJ Stroud having 3.5 touchdown passes. And I am taking the over.
I was going to say, I am fascinated to hear which side of that you're taking. Ha.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so far over that. Matter of fact, I think when we were talking about this, you said we were going to have like coins. I think we were going to do 100. I might put like 50 of my coins on this one just because it's that easy. I don't know if it's easy money, but it's easy money. This guy last year in the 12 games he played, he had at least 4 touchdowns in 7 of them. And some of the ones he didn't were like the early games before he took the break. So that's just how this offense works. They're going to throw the ball around, and CJ Stroud's probably the best quarterback in the country at it, just throwing the ball around, sitting back in the pocket, picking guys off. I understand Notre Dame's got some guys on defense, but I don't think it's going to slow this offense down in any way possible. This offense is going to score, and they're going to do it through the air the way they have basically since Ryan Day has showed up outside of maybe 2 years. And so the bet is 3.5. I'm taking the over. I'd say maybe even CJ Stroud's going to start his Heisman campaign on Saturday. He's going to do it with a loud statement.
What's your number? How many do you think he throws?
5, okay. Which he has thrown at least five times, with the 2 of those times being 6.
Okay. All right, Nathan, what's your Buckeye Talk bet of the week?
So I'm also taking a quarterback bet, but I'm taking the one on the other side. So Tyler Buckner for Notre Dame, making his first career start, played 160 some snaps last year. And in those snaps, a little bit of success throwing the ball, was a little erratic, but much more success running the ball, 7.3 yards per carry. Again, small sample size. But as I'm looking at this game and what he's going to face against a Jim Knowles defense that is predicated on deception and multiple fronts, different looks, trying to confuse a quarterback. If I'm Notre Dame, I'm not putting a young quarterback in position to have to attack that vertically, spend a lot of time in the pocket, that sort of thing. The line for him, the over-under on passing yards is 227.5. I am taking the under on that. I think it's probably maybe even not going to get to 200. So I'm going to say like 194 would be his total. Last year, Jack Cohn, who people probably remember used to be at Wisconsin, they had a more reliable and talented group of receivers than they're going to have in this game because they're down. They're missing guys because of injuries. Yes, they still have Michael Mayer at tight end, but as far as like the receiver core, I would think this is maybe a group that you attack with horizontally as opposed to vertically. Cohn last year still didn't get over 227 in 7 of his 13 games. Yes, Notre Dame did have like 500 yards against Oklahoma State when they played. So maybe that's one reason why this line is where it is. But Jim Knowles wasn't at that game, and Jim Knowles wasn't using, or Oklahoma State wasn't using Ohio State players in that game. I think that makes a difference here. I think Notre Dame also just tries to keep the game on the ground, let Buckner kind of rely on his athletic skills to set the foundation of the offense in this game.
I like it. I like both of yours. Again, as you get into this gambling stuff, the over-under on basically every pass catcher in the game for touchdowns is half a touchdown. So if you think a guy's going to score a touchdown, you take the over on that. Marvin Harrison Jr. is half a touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba's half a touchdown. Michael Mayer's half a touchdown. I'd take the over on all 3 of those guys. But that's not what I'm taking because I've been talking about Michael Mayer all offseason. It's 65 and a half for his receiving yards in this game. And I will take the over on that because I don't know who else they're going to throw to. And I'm still not exactly sure. It is 65 and a half. I'm not exactly sure how Ohio State's going to cover him. He had at least that many receiving yards, I think, in 7 of his 12 games last year, including the last 4 in a row, including against the Oklahoma State defense in the bowl game, where when you watch that game, they did a bad job. They didn't target him much early, and then they found him, and then they couldn't cover him. So they're going to feed him, I think. I think he'll have success in the middle of the field. I wrote about is Court Williams the best guy to cover him. I think Court Williams will. I think Lathan Ransom will. I think Josh Proctor will. I think Tanner McAllister will. I think Stale Chambers will. And I don't think any of them will do it particularly well. So I think it's very possible as much as the under on the Buckner passing yards makes sense, I think the Buckner passing yards could hit the under and Mayer still has 100 yards receiving. So it doesn't feel like for him to get 70 receiving yards, that feels very normal to me. That's not even him like destroying Ohio State. If it's like, oh, what did Michael Mayer do? It's like, oh, he had 8 for 75. That doesn't mean, oh my gosh, Ohio State lost because they couldn't stop Michael Mayer. That means like he was good. So I'll take the over on that and feel pretty good about it. Those are our bets. Listen to Buckeye Talk. Listen to the game preview where Steve and Nathan and I told you what we thought was going to happen in this game. Listen to the new gambling podcast with me and Tyler Shoemaker talking about betting the Buckeyes, betting the rest of the country. Follow our YouTube channel. Read cleveland.com/OSU and try the text at 614-350-3315. Thanks for watching a Buckeye Talk video.